Good morning, Ambazonia. Today, na number 16 day for the month of August 2021. Welcome to my daily podcast. This one is titled In Defense of Sako Ikome. Fellow citizens of Ambazonia, good people of the southern Cameroon, the background music na just hear na ADF Hausa forces them where they don't gather, they sing, they dance with their brother them in Ambazonia. They bring this up for reassure our people. Say Abdul Karim no love Hausa people past Capo Daniel. This statement it be due to a outing recently for try for play the card of the enemy, pitching the ADF against Hausa people. Our late General Hassan, the overall commander for the great state of Bui, was an Hausa man. And today we still have two Hausa boys who are leading ADF units. One of them, a general. The Hausa people of Ambazonia are a protected class of people in accordance with the manifesto of the Ambazonian Governing Council. Now, a policy for the Ambazonia Governing Council say extra measures will be taken always to protect those who are minority within Ambazonia, given our history of suffering as a minority people in a false union with La République du Cameroon. The warning we send to our Hausa community in Old Town was a message of caution in order to secure our people in our Old Town, our Hausa brothers. There was a meeting that was held by Six-Star Commissioner Abang Agbo of La République du Cameroon with the Imam in the mosque, who is like the chief of our Hausa people in Old Town. There were people that were selected in that meeting to act as vigilante with the mission to arrest Ambazonian fighters. We know that it was still a premature thing because they have not yet gone into the implementation stage. They just had a meeting. Within 24 hours of the meeting, we put out that warning because we believe those people can disengage and do the right thing. We believe the vast majority of our Hausa people in Old Town are standing shoulder to shoulder in the patriotic spirit to demand for freedom and separation. We also know and acknowledge that this meeting was meant to set up the Mbororo, the Hausa people, because Cameroon have previously tried to pitch Ambazonian fighters against the Hausas in order to benefit politically in diplomacy. So all our Hausa community have been cooperating in fighting off this intended effect. That is why we put out that warning. Because if this vigilante group went on operation, it would have devastating effect. But once people are aware, even if La République pulls it out, the effect will not be as it would if people were not being informed about this event. There will be miscalculation and there will be unintended consequences when response will come, which response usually will come because forces have the right to defend themselves. Each time an ADF official speaks, Ambazonian people should understand that the persons, we don't just speak on our own. Unlike others, we don't sit up and make up stories. You should trust us. We have organizations that have checks and balance. All our information are scrutinized, and we are challenged within the governing council and even out of the governing council. Several times we have come out criticizing our very own organization and any influential personality who is responsible and patriotic will do the right thing to make inquiry before going out on social media and then blaming us for not doing the same inquiry with them. By deliberately misinterpreting and lying that a cautionary message that target specific people engaged with the enemy, to misrepresent them as an ADF attack against an entire community by Abdul Karim is just completely false, and to call it a blackmail would not be a stretch. Still, for the Savannah State, the Mbororo mercenaries them, where the Cameroon government, if it don't constitute them, some of the way they bring them from Nigeria, they don't strike again. This time, they don't still go for Nwa. Burn several houses them. This event, it happened on Monday, the 9th. But not just now, the information that they come, as those people, the way they be run, they don't succeed for enter for inside Biafra land, and then they for refugee camp them, they did report the incidents them. A note of caution: do not consider attack by hired mercenaries as attack coming from the entire Mbororo community. We thank our Mbororo patriot them, where they always try to give you information about those people the way they collaborate with La Republic, and for make sure say make who defend the community them. All for us now one people. Wanna listen.
Hello sir. Good evening. The thing will be happen, I say they burn the house. They came for Sunday. They sleep around the place in Nyang. That is Nyang Quarter. They sleep from that place, from top of that bush. They came more than the Cameroon government really give them weapon where they call weapon. When they meet even grandmama, even papa, they shoot. Even they meet mama or papa, they shoot. They know they care no anybody. So as the thing happened like that, Monday morning around 4 to 5, they attack village. They burn houses. When they see anybody, they shoot. Actually now, as I'm talking to you, even my mother, they shoot him. And we carry them from Gembu. From Gembu now, we carry them to Jalingo Hospital. Jalingo Hospital to Yola. That's where she go die. They scatter all the mouth. You know if you see first, you know if you understand it again. So as we bury him that side. So now, actually, as I'm talking with you, this day, they won't enter again. They don't come to well later again. This day, as they don't come born, they don't come to well later again. And when they born like that, our people, they try with all our villager members, then they try with the arrange back the house. Still, they will come born again. This one now, they go na number 5 times when they come, they burn our houses from Nyang to Tim. That's why they used to burn. And then Wuntong. That's why they used to destroy our houses. And now we don't get peace of mind. Where to stay, no way. To eat is problem. Everybody now we just scatter like that. Where some of women they don't born children for hand. They run go like that. Go rich. Food for eat no day. Imagine like that 4 o'clock for night where they come attack. Everybody they just scatter, enter bush, run like that. You see person go run leave house without no clothes for body, one cloth, he go leave with the one cloth for his body, go out. Go outside, run. You save your life for run go. Other one where maybe they don't meet, they shoot them. He died for the very spot. So at least you people supposed to do something. At least you people supposed to do something. Because even from Buya side, it not be like that. From Buya side, not be like that. This one where they don't go buy Boko Haram then, for the destroy, finish all our villages, all our people. Nobody will know rest in peace. So, you know, if not that kind of fight, we say Ambazonia fight, it be for Buya like this, at least maybe something for don't do. Because since, as they don't go buy this full animal, just full animal, just deal like say maybe na drugs they give them. Anybody that they meet, even a woman, they no care, they do destroy. And Cameroon government them from one. They carry money were gone. They sponsor them. They give them. They send them to go and do the act, do the destroy. So far, Cameroon military not be enter there for go to fight for our village from Nyang and Tim and Tong. That's why they pay Fulani, because those Fulani that they were living there around us with us, they know all the village, they know all the bush where they can move to do the act. That's the problem. So we don't tire that kind of run. Every year we dey run. Every year we dey run. We don't tire. We don't know how we go do. So we don't tire the thing. I beg my brother, if you hear this thing, it no mean say maybe we dey just dey make complaint or we dey just dey give noise. We don't tire. We don't tire. For Nigeria, even to get food for eat, na trouble for us.
So, those our people, desperate turns into destitute, turn into refugees, abandoning their villages, repeated raid, sponsored, accompanied, facilitated by the Cameroon government. This is why we fight. This is why we pick up guns to defend such villages and give the villagers a time, a space where they can continue to live with their livelihood while we fight to liberate our homeland. We are calling on all the youth in Nwa to stand up, constitute themselves, and we will do what we have to do to protect them and give them the weapons to defend themselves. That is the reason why the ADF was created. That is the reason why we train forces, so that in cases like this, our trainers can go in there, train them, equip them to be able to defend that block and give our people a surviving chance in the face of this genocide. I want to let the people of Nwa know that they are not alone. They are part of an Ambazonian family, and they will hear from us very soon. Now, to Amba. This particular section is titled "In Defense of Sako Ikome." A leaked audio it don't come out where they show how the people the way they live for this IG group, they talk how corruption it be the plague that organization. It don't lead for the state for Fako, maybe for the way it did. Wanna hear?
And the problem for Fako, may I repeat them again for year, the problem a big cost, as the one you mentioned, part of it na leadership and the other part na accountability. And the leader time where this problem started crop up for Fako, na time where some of us will be started question, say we need accountability for the money where we hand for Formbad, we begin to act as the Fako chief security.
For man way you know they understand the thing where they call them say the problem for Fako now as the IG it create county by county, then start begin drive people them, make all man go back for place where you come out, then they appoint some people them, say they will be in a one way they could handle Ambazonian forces them for inside Fako, the first way they call them restoration forces under Formbad, then raise close to, according to figures, then where they will announce them for the first my trip to Boya for Fako alone, it will be almost about $200,000. That's millions and millions of CFA. All that money then chop them. They then raise also money for draft. The first draft they will announce and say for Fako, it will be about 100 and something thousand $. That is millions and millions of money. All those money then chop them all. None of that money they sold at them for ground. They no be see 5 francs. So now the thing in that way if it happen for Fako where they try to address them. We'll be very happy for mention and say they forces them. They don't raise money by themselves after hundreds of them die. Where they be the weight weapon them, come for defend themselves. Wanna hear?
Security, because a lot of money do pass for Fako. But Fako be Nalaskoko when it comes to defending the territory as we talk. Now from that time where the problem start. And I'll give you how this problem will go try for solve this problem. The Fako ESCO and executive try for solve this problem. But a gang of Fombat, Sylvester, Cantona, Tom, they decide, say na either their way or the highway.
So, for any man where they listen, Fako be been a place where the ADF, they be done set up a lot of groups and for day. Some other groups and too be done come out by themselves, like Mountain Lions and many other groups them. We picking them for Fako, where they fight Ambazonia and they waiting come out for all sides. The vast majority for people for Fako use them. No be natives them, no be people where they come over that village and for day. Now people they come out for our side. All the gains we will be done gain for Fako. Fako BB we already expect say fight go enter for Boya from Fako, then destroy them all. Say the one do them back by themselves. Now why that one are here? Fighting for Fako be done almost finish. Ghost Town be done begin be undermined. All enablers and collaborators they be done run Fako, go to stay for Douala and Yaoundé. They be done return back as these people the way they want camp for can join self-defense, they be done start drive people them. Una listen.
The Fako ESCON executive tried to solve this problem, but a gang of Fombat, Sylvester, Cantona, Tom, they decide, say na either their way or the highway. So he leave the Fako Executive and Security Council. He go for Bishop John, will be the Secretary of State Secretary of State for Defense. They try for solve for the be worker, just because any recommendation will be made. The gang of four, as I call them, they be decide say if you no be favor them, then it no go work.
So my country people them, the thing will happen for Fako na the year na the same thing we them be doing for all the other 13 states them. That means then gather village people them. In this case, may then come under the Fako ESCON group like association. It don't do the same level with worldwide or mesam whatever. Then get the same things the way they call and say all my way there for that village. They can't join. They call an LGA by county. Me then go join their own place. Not only them for their country people then go they. But the mafia way be did and say they talk say una they can't for represent all man for inside una village because they will want travel for them to be now like say na some type of a parliament. But as a matter of fact, all the other county them, all the other places them for Ambazonia, the states them, the Sako be done already choose specific people them where they go there for manage the people where they come for the me them begin implementing agenda. So these people where they call and say the gang of four. Now actual people the way now the Sako be appoint and me then create that organization for full people say now a neutral organization where they go the hell for fight for Fako. But as a matter of fact, the mafia they be handled now by these four people them, the former and the people where that name of here. These individual them, these people them. Now the people them from Ambazonia where they don't identify them, say they be get money, they be willing for give money for buy position. No matter the cost, they go pay money because they feel say the IG now to true government. When they go take over Ambazonia, so when they be there already the talk say now we go the tar road, now we go get this company, will manage this one, they manage this one. So now people there then be willing for pay money for take position, upon the define position. The same way we did for inside La Republic. And now the problem that we will get them from Ambazonia. We know if they put people for responsibility and leadership where their main purpose now for secure their own economic and political advantage. It has never worked. So when this corrupt individual them, their own nasemi then carry all money go get for Sako them. So when these people them for Fako, they go to complain. How they expect say they go take the complaint go get for Johnny Giawan and Sako and Chris Anu, they go do something when they say put those people for the people then they for the insure say all thing go for the way they want and the money go to come for them. It need to work that way. Remember, this episode is in defense of Sako Ikome. Wanna listen?
It go up to the level of the ethics committee we formed by someone, Fako ESCO and Security Council member and some of us. We write for, respond to their mail, and the decision will be taken by the Fako ESCO. But then I say I'm sorry, the information will be taken by the ethics committee as they made the vice president create a neutral forum, bring everybody together, they may conduct elections. That the vice president be do. They be conduct elections, but they for election, form but no be show up, form but even live for the vice president in name. He's alive. When I send this audio, I know what I'm talking about. Because there be no say they go lose leadership. So the only thing what they fit do, now say, may they not show themselves for the election. The elections were conducted. The people of Sako spoke. Dr. Sako no get no right for override. Get it? When I send it this even audio for Sako, make you understand me, hear me. Sako no get no right for override the sovereign authority for the people of Sako because of personal gains. You not get that right.
So una the here, the talk says Sako, he override their election. Nothing will happen for all place. The one they for Boyo, they be done gather we for Boyo, people for Boyo, bring we say move the campus on things in Boyo picking them, then gather the one for Boy, then come. At that time we be the tell una say the fool and a fool na. All man be the glad say you go enter for day, you go contribute money go help struggle. They point people the way they be appoint them in the for day. No matter which way that you do them, then they for they for carry money go give for Sako them for secure their position. Sako then they for they for begin to protect them. No matter which way happen. As soon as hear the toxic Sako no get no right. In defense of Sako, how you go do toxic Sako no get no right? When na the Sako appoint those people them. Na the Sako we create the so-called change the constitution. Ye one for the IG for create the county by county. Na I think if you do it way, you want do for utam. Now the big mistake that way we make them. That way they will call we for Fort Conclave. After Milan and the secretariat for the governing council with Nalova B, they be toxic country head. They be create country head. Where this struggle for Skakuf, now the nationalist movement them, all the various nationalist movement they be Shidong Semi will join together, will create one structure where it go to represent that constituents member them. That means the group the way they become together forms Skakuf. The executive go to represent them. They go get veto power over the executive so that all thing money go to come for one place, defense money go to go for one, all thing go be centralized, and no group go to fear say they no go be represented. Now say be start before this individual them can hijack them, go against the constitution where be form the founding document for Skakuf for create the governing council, then transform and now into IG. Time will be there for the Fort Conclave. Will be give all power to Seseko Ayoktabi for the IG for the group where we create them. It be move all the nationalist people where they be get Skakuf, throw them for outside. Talks Seseko stand for inside floor. Talk say this ones na picking them where you don't bring them. He get right for she don't want to picking them, then decide for do it where they want do them. And no man of a fit challenge she. Because the country head them, now the Milan and Nalova they be create them. They be select Fufule for them where they give money for them without asking question for the diaspora. Talk me then create this group them. All be been at the one the way they don't show the highest propensity for corrupt people them. Now he way then carry and put them for the various country them. Country head. Do one it don't be a country head on steroid. Where they call now a diaspora one they mean they represent ground zero. They be first one called themselves say parliamentarians and senator. My country people. Man they laugh for something very serious. So the mandate for Seseko will be talk say it will be an interim president. They no want to put them for a front say they want me being a president because they be no say some of we could deny. Will be make a say na Seseko get that mandate. Will not be put no second choice. If will not be put and say if he die, if then catch it for president, nothing. Now Seseko ye one get the mandate for the IG for be the head of the IG. Now why that way time when Sako become in, even though it be lose election, but the people where they be know the mafia, then turn back putty for day. Because the one person will go do the act on his behalf, we call na acting interim president. Sako to come for this is that position, he get all power, no man no be above he. He to change constitution, he one. Even though the IG, it be clear for the constitution, say na constituent assembly, the gather for create any law will be binding, and that law they fit overturn them. Now either way they be gather for APNC, fire Sako and Chris Anu, but them still deny. Say na so them day. So, my country people, that is what we have in our hand. Make the people where then too they don't go gather for that group for Fako. They understand say, na say they use them. The one for Bui, a good nurse, Louisa, they be go kill 24 ADF soldiers they then come across Ambazonia. They can use it, put in a stand for front, they put in a picture for front. Give a lie, it stand for public, a lie. Say that soldier they be killed and have a crossfire. Time where you can realize the truth, they ask forgiveness, they cry until the grave of Nginyam. Say me they forgive you, how do we forgive you? So all una there for that group them. Una already compromise una core value, because most of una be motivated by position and una no be the mind in the first place. They be the put una say una be in a county assembly them. Una be they run the camp, they all man the fight because una will get una own position. Una no be the think Usa Sako get that mandate for corner. Is it according to the resolutions for the IG? Where una no say Sako dey for prison. He don't take back charge for the organization. Una the one follow a scammer because they will give una position them. Una they see how many people they don't die for Fako. They be carry their body for youth them where they be go say they don't join the army for Fako na for inside motor them go through them. Because na be that expose them for people the way then they for did for mafia. The audio then they way they show Cameroon their government they talk plenty how they be done come under that structure because we know see that idea be common from them. Say na village things them. Now for they can get contact for soldier them for that village. They no be one soldier for me be any soldier big man for village we no be place where come out. They call enough for back my countryman camp here, take some more money for here, take some more money. No year for people for diaspora. So na auto destruction machine, this idea of IG. All man be done realize the mistake. They be done one way before, no be saying that no sabi. There is a reason why defense issues are done with a national projection as the nationalist movement they manage them.
Gains. You not get that right. So after that problem they go to the vice president. Fombat and the gang they be still deny for talk say they no accept the result. They ignore everything we do be done so far by all the tiers of government, just because they be get the backing of Sako. Time where it reach now for the problem now, it come on now for the it reach for Sako desk, and which way be talk say the problem there for a desk it got solved. He no go with the recommendation of the vice president. He ignore every other body because he believes say na he be the Superman for Ambazonia struggle now. Where if he talk anything, it means say correct. So we come on now for he decides to work with Fombag and the rest. He get evidences that they talk our meeting and say they give them money. Good. So now the leadership problem that way we get. So Fombag talks.
So when I see Sako, it is stand by the corrupt individual them. Because now that people they know the engagement where they get away. They carry una money go give for Sako. They cover up for Sako too. Now say the mafia they do their transaction them. Una they for they say una they represent una village. Una don't drive Bamenda, so-called Bamenda people them for Fako. All General Ivory walk, it don't go for water. All they win the battles, they don't win them. Take care all those places them. Una don't can spoil and all because una 2 days for day too una define a position. Has Sako no go talk say of go choose your own people the way you don't choose them over the one who una don't elect them. Una be first camp for this so una be asked una self say now which Sako be take power na for which constitution for that IG group before it want create that institution them. Una be that ask una self. Nothing good will come from darkness. Like Digimas, they always talk. When rat if fall for inside bucket for water, time will be the drink water na for inside bucket them. You know go can move that rat, still drink that water, you throw away all that water. The whole concept of a government it be wrong during a liberation struggle. Now mistake we say could be that make them because it will be the listen for people where they be giving money, manipulators them. where they don't lie, say 6 countries, then they go endorse we all thing will need for B for government. Where you cannot create a legitimate government in this manner. All these things then are groups. When I don't see all the report, the international report them. This is what is holding us back. And it gives La Republic hope. It gives the international community also say La Republic get a chance for undermine us and eventually kill the spirit of the revolution, make it not be popular again with our people because of the consequences of this ideology of a NGO, of a government in the midst of a liberation war. Make a take una now for inside Bali, make una hear Nico Heli had that whole meeting. Now CPDM, big people, and this is a CPDM, they talk how me they no worry, they go take money, they channel money now directly for the people that on the ground where they matter. Because now my country people them, na country village by village. Then they didn't say they corrupt them. When they hear ham ban them, if it is channel money directly, channel money to commando. When they hear even fear Masha, they collect money for Tasang. When they see all man where they talk say I want be me now for under my own countryman. For Bui warriors, it be been at the same thing. The one that for Douala, they record the CPZ my own name now. They will carry money, I'll send out my countryman because they know each other. They know if you transfer people. The ADF when they see, will take soldiers and for this side, transfer them for this side, change command. It be transparent. It be effective. Now the effective way that for liberate our country. So Ambazonia, they might play this audio, make una listen for Nico Heli, the CPGM people where they talk us, they hope for destroy fighting for inside Bali. It be
first things first. While I appreciate what our brothers in the diaspora, of course, all of us appreciate, and what we have so far pumped into CPC, and I have taken lead at other occasions, right, is the coordination of the fundraising for CCU.
They talk how the Bali people them for diaspora they work in collaboration with those CPC people on the ground for become bribe and influence the actions of forces them for create the type of situation where they go want them.
On for 4 years running, blah 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 blah, talking peace in that place, and not only in the northwest, in the southwest. We are all Anglophones. We are brothers. Without credibility, without patriotism, without the fear of the Lord, without the truth, no peace exists anywhere without these core moral values. That's what we should be preaching now, and we make sure that we engage ourselves to go to the field. We fear to go as gone round northwest and southwest in the heart of this crisis.
So now, so the people that they come, they talk for soldier them, they will record them, they will start a small project called Soldier Intel and say this. So we're the one of our own village interests. You need to protect our own village interests. Don't listen to this by Abacho and all these people who are abroad. You have to take care of your own village. Allow this thing to happen. Some start even for die. They will say, allow this die. I want to come back to the village to do this, my cry die. Allow me, they will send you small money before you realize they are now the ones in charge of those groups. And they have people in the diaspora that have given that legitimacy to them because they have these organizations and they say we are all the same village now. We are supporting the struggle. They are not supporting the struggle. They are giving money to have influence, and their influence is not to the influence that is going to bring us liberation. It's to maintain the status quo and give BIA enough time and influence people to do 1 or 2 bad things and get the population wary. So, ladies and gentlemen, in defense of Sako, all man we did for that IG group, you are corrupted because you are in a corrupt organization and you know it is corrupt before you choose to join them. Anybody where they give money for day, you are know it's corrupt and you are doing it. And all the first way they go say they want to go work under the Sako, when I know very well say that organization as Sako you own. Those one they work with Sako, when I know very well say that organization belongs to the nationalist group movement the way they form Skakuf where they don't season for them. There shall be no peace without justice. Where is the justice for Skakuf? Sako na a curse, na a answer for curse for Ambazonia. When I be the coach, the nationalist movement them and their leader then say they know they dress fine, then just there for their own way. They talk about AK and all those things. Oh, na nobody understand them. When I be the laugh Abacho say na man we no get PhD. Na we got that answer on a prayer. Give una would the scam away PhD na fake one. Una be the listen for Atta Milan, where they be the lie. Say Abacho the thief money, be the take money for people that they chop them. They no fit buy gun them. They talk that talk also for me. Now God dan give una the real man where they take una money chop them. Hoo-ha. Sako na a curse for Ambazonia. Leha God it be curse his own Jewish people where be the one deliver them from Egypt. Until una leave and abandon this curse of an IG. I be that advise Sako. Me then change that name. Me then talk for population. Say it be been a mistake. There is nothing like a government. They be even accept them. So they talk say they don't make a transitional period. But today them too they see the one go back for that old ways and way no good. As for me and the nationalists them, people the way they don't decide for humble themselves for accept the truth where it be the preach and champion by the nationalist movement them wouldn't go under them for support the agenda because we know that the only way that will be free. It be left of all Ambazonia they for come to the same realization for put country first, for put flag first, for put aside personal interests and come under a struggle way together we will liberate our country. We'll not be in a situation where we get 1,000 leaders, 1,000 field marshals, 1,000 all man one being or something. If you don't go get their own small position, the king hold them. We will end up like Paul Biya a regime. There is an alternative. It is working. The formation is best. The structure is impeccable. It's time for us to abandon the old ways of La Republique. We cannot be asking La Republique to give us justice for 1961 while we are doing the same injustice to Skakuf. It does not work like that. We must get rid of this cancer of an IG. God bless you now.